Last week, the former First Lady Jill Biden's ex-husband was charged with murder, and almost nobody talked about it. Certainly no wall-to-wall coverage, just silence. In any other era, that story had the potential to dominate the news cycle, but today it barely registered at all.
It's just really fascinating news, folks. Good night. Oh, and the president was arrested for murder. More on that tomorrow night. Or you can turn to another channel. Do not turn to another channel.
That made me realize something strange. Something has changed in the way we experience the news. In fact, let me prove it to you right now. If you're like me, and I was astonished to reflect upon this, but that whole term from Trump's first administration is all a blur and a haze to you. In fact, without Googling, without looking anything up, just off the top of your head, how many Trump scandals can you actually name from his first term? Not recently, I mean his first term, 2017 to 2021. Seriously, think about it. You probably remember the biggest scandals. January 6th, Stormy Daniels.
Porn star Stormy Daniels suing President Trump.
Okay. I know we're getting numb to the Trump presidency, but let those words sink in for a second. A porn star is suing the president.
The impeachments, and maybe one or two others. Most people remember 3, maybe 4. But that's the strange part. There weren't just 3 or 4 scandals. There were far more than that, many times over. Some would argue hundreds. Constant firings, constant investigations, constant controversies, new headlines, every week, sometimes every day. So much of Trump's first term was like this, and has truly inured and desensitized us to much of the daily news cycle. In fact, outside of the very biggest stories, I can barely remember any details from that time. I had completely forgotten that names such as Rex Tillerson, Jeff Sessions, and Paul Ryan ever existed. It made me wonder if this constant chaos was intentional. A new scandal always arriving just in time to erase the last one from memory.
So again, what are we looking for?
Epstein files?
Nope. We actually just released those to distract from this, which is ironic because we did this to distract from those. So,
and they came so fast, brain never had time to process them. Because before one controversy could settle, another one would replace it, then another, and another. Not any single scandal or any single controversy, but the sheer volume of them. Until eventually nothing sticks, everything becomes noise. This is what constant chaos does to the brain. Your attention gets overloaded, your memory gets saturated, your sense of shock shuts off, you become desensitized, you exhaust your memory. So your mind adapts, it filters, it forgets, it moves on. Because when everything is shocking, nothing is shocking. Things that would have once been unthinkable start to feel normal. Or worse, they barely register at all. Less than a decade ago, the idea that a president of the United States could be blackmailed by a porn star would be buried in the news and would have been unfathomable. It's like your brain enters a kind of defensive mode, not because you don't care, but because you can't care about everything all the time forever. In the age of Trump, nothing shocks you anymore.
But you never know in politics, right? They say, in the age of Trump, you never know.